Um, yeah, I wouldn't say we were overly happy with the performance. I think the result was probably better than the performance. I think we were all really pretty reflective pretty quickly to say, we didn't necessarily play as well as we wanted to, but um, that's the joy of these camps. We've got another game to kind of try and improve, and hopefully we can do that against Sweden. To be honest, like our performance is probably going to be the main focus. I think we've got huge games against Spain coming up, and Sweden have obviously been off the back of a very successful summer, getting a silver medal, and they're one of the best teams in the world right now. So it's perfect prep for us really to try and test ourselves against a really really good team. Yeah, I think we've got big aspirations for us as a squad. I think qualifying for two tournaments and then losing out against the Euros and not making it to that big event hurt a lot of us. So it's kind of we feel like we've got a lot to prove, not just within our camp, but from to outsiders as well. So for us to get 3 wins off the back of the first three games has been really good for us to get points on the board. But again, we want to test ourselves massively against Sweden, and that'll happen tomorrow night. Yeah, no, really good. It feels bizarre that it's a year on for me, really, having finished my treatment just before Christmas. So it's emotive, to be perfectly honest, when it comes around to the whole awareness month. But I think it's so important to have months like these to have the conversations and to encourage people to get checked. And to obviously use the platform that I have playing for Scotland and club level as well to voice my experience and what I went through to try and encourage people to go to GPs and go to hospitals to get these things checked, especially through a pandemic and coming out of it now, that to share my experience was really safe. And hospitals were one of the safest things from COVID. So if people can understand that and not be scared or anxious to go in and get checked, then it's worth it. Yeah, no, it was really difficult. Obviously, I was away from family and friends as well through a pandemic and going to appointments, majority of them by myself. So it was a very, very tricky time. And, I leaned on my teammates probably more so during those couple of months than ever. And they were amazing. But yeah, I think a lot of people naturally so maybe don't necessarily think that they'll ever follow into that category or going through something difficult like that. I mean, me personally, I had zero family history of breast cancer or any type of cancer. So it's not to categorize that it's only going to be one type of person that gets it, and it's more common than we think. But if we go get checked and find these things early, then it can be okay. Oh, like huge. I don't know what I would have done without sport or exercise. I think it's so important for anyone's physical or mental health really, to be active and to stay active. And it was 100% my release when I went into training. I felt normal. I was so grateful that even though I'd come through something, I was still able to do my job and carry out my sort of day-to-day life. Without a doubt, for physical and mental health, exercise would be encouraged to anyone, I'd say, when they're going through a difficult spell.